For months, I've been telling you that this relationship between right-wing Fox News radio host and television host Sean Hannity and Donald Trump is very, very bad news for America. And we know that sometimes Sean Hannity is the last person Donald Trump speaks to before going to bed. Hannity sort of tucking Trump in, proverbially speaking, colloquially speaking. We know that Hannity has become just a blindly loyal supporter of Donald Trump's, pushing just any old Trump-friendly narrative on his TV and radio show that comes to mind or that someone suggests to him, no matter how outrageous it is. And we know that Trump is impressed with these strongman types in politics, like Putin and Erdogan. But we also know that he seems to be equally impressed with the strongman types, like a powerful media figure such as Sean Hannity. So this relationship between Hannity and Trump had disaster written all over it from day one. And we've now learned that Donald Trump recently ordered the declassification of sensitive documents because Sean Hannity, among others, told him that he should do it. There have been reports about how Trump recently told the Justice Department to go ahead and declassify materials related to the Mueller investigation, which is absurd for a few reasons, including that Trump is part of what's being investigated, and he's the last guy that should be saying what should or shouldn't be declassified related to that investigation. Trump wanted FISA warrant applications released related to Carter Page, who we recently interviewed. He wanted FBI reports about interviews with Justice Department officials declassified. He wanted messages sent by James Comey about the Russia investigation declassified. Really a ridiculous request and a terrible idea, especially since it could expose intelligence sources and methods that are being used by the FBI. So Trump was interfering with an ongoing investigation by merely requesting the release of these documents. He was possibly endangering American security interests again. He was jeopardizing, once again, relationships with allies who might see this and say, wait a second, why are we going to share information with the United States if Donald Trump might willy-nilly ask for that information to be declassified at any time? That's what we knew so far. So Trump then gets interviewed this week by The Hill, and he said, you know, I actually haven't even looked at those documents, but people I respect, like Sean Hannity and Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs Judge Jeanine Pirro, said I should have these documents declassified and released. So I did it, but I didn't even look at the documents myself. Here's a transcript from the interview that he had with Buck Sexton, where Buck Sexton says, have you reviewed the memos yourself? What do you expect them to show, if so? And then Donald Trump responds, and there's an ellipses here because there was some other stuff in between these two sentences. I want to be very clear about that. Trump says, I have not reviewed them. I have been asked by many people in Congress, as you know, to release them. I have watched commentators that I respect begging the President of the United States to release them. I have been asked by so many people that I respect, please, the great Lou Dobbs, the great Sean Hannity, the wonderful, great Jeanine Pirro. It would be bad enough if Donald Trump was personally dictating policy. But instead, the people he listens to are dictating policy. And one of those people is Sean Hannity. Another one of those people appears to be wacky Judge Jeanine Pirro. And there are White House aides who are now referring to Hannity as the unofficial chief of staff because of the influence that he seems to have over Donald Trump. I want you to think just for 1 second. Let's all do this little exercise. Sit back and imagine this for a second. It's announced that Barack Obama has ordered the declassification of documents that could expose the identities of 10 CIA agents working covertly, for example. Confounding decision. Why? Why would you release something like that? And then a few days later, George Stephanopoulos interviews Barack Obama. And Obama says, honestly, I don't even know what the point of it was. I did it because Anderson Cooper told me that I should really release these documents, just to pick someone. Can you imagine the outrage 24/7 on right-wing media, on Hannity, on Rush Limbaugh, on the entire thing if Barack Obama had done that? And the double standard here, where Trump says, listen, people I respect, Judge Jeanine, Hannity, they said release the documents. No, I didn't look at them because they told me to release them. I don't even know what it's all about. Obama would be destroyed if he had done something similar.
Yeah, but we don't get that sense of outrage when Trump does it because we're so used to it. We're so desensitized to it. And I feel like, in a way, Trump wanted to declassify these documents all along, but he knew that it would look bad in the public eye if he did this because, after all, the investigations into him, right?
But
So,
does it look better to say Hannity told me to do it?
well, he's trying to say other people encourage me to do this. You
Yeah.
know, people like Congress people and media figures like Jeanine Pirro and Sean Hannity.
I wouldn't be at all surprised if Hannity gets pulled further into the Mueller probe because of his degree of contact with Trump. He's provided a platform for Trump to push his lies and the apologia about Russia. He's tied directly to Donald Trump's indicted former personal lawyer, Michael Cohen. It would not be even an iota surprising to me if Sean Hannity ends up being a bigger figure of interest in this entire fiasco. Send me your thoughts. What is going on here? I am on Twitter at @dpakman. The show is on Twitter at David Pakman Show. I want to hear from you. We'll take a quick break and be back after this. Today's program was made possible in part by Blinkist.com/Pakman. I love Blinkist. It's the really perfect app for anybody who likes politics and learning. And if you're watching or listening to the David Pakman Show, I'm sure you love politics and learning. And what Blinkist does is take the best and most popular nonfiction books. They condense them into 15-minute audiobooks that you can listen to in one sitting, and you can learn about politics, philosophy, psychology, economics. Often, we don't have the time to actually read as many books as we would like. I know that I'm at my limit for how much I can read, and this way, you can absorb the most important, valuable information from books in just 15 minutes, maybe on your way to work, maybe on your way to the gym, maybe cooking vegan recipes at home, whatever is your thing. And our audience can get a 7-day free trial by going to Blinkist.com/Pakman. If you're watching on YouTube, I've put a link in the video description. And after the free trial, if you like it, and I think you will, you can continue enjoying thousands of condensed audiobooks for just about $5 a month. You can go to blinkist.com/PAKMAN to sign up.